Hello, BookTube. I'm here to do a tag. It's called the Birth Year Book Tag with a Twist, apparently. I saw it on Jason Harrigan's channel. It was originally created by Criminali. I'll leave links, or I'll try to leave links in the description with the questions. There's 5 questions, but there's multiple parts to most of them. Number 1, have you read any books published in the year you were born? I did have to look this up and see, and there were a number of books that I have read in the year. Well, my birth year is 1966, and the question is, if so, what's your favorite and why? And do you have any other favorites? Now, I've read quite a few, but I don't know about favorites. Not favorite books, that's for sure. I suppose maybe favorite of that year that I've read. Yes, I could do that, but I would never place them as my favorite. Any in my favorite books. I read. Well, I'll go by ones and I'll say whether I thought it was good or not. I read the novelization that Isaac Asimov did for Fantastic Voyage. It was okay. It wasn't great. Ray Bradbury, S for Space. Yes, I thought that was good. Let's see what else here. James Clavell, Taipan. I thought it was okay. I'm just going through. I had to look it up on Wikipedia here. But I don't think this is a complete list at all. Daniel Keyes, Flowers for Algernon, and that was quite good. I would like to reread that again to see. Alistair MacLean, When Eight Bells Toll. I've read that. I remember it being okay. Let's see here. Paul Scott, Jewel in the Crown. I remember liking that. And there was Robert A. Heinlein, The Moon is a Harsh Mistress, which I quite liked. I would say probably that or Jewel in the Crown would be sort of my favorites for the year. Nonfiction going down here would be Truman Capote's In Cold Blood. I read and I enjoyed that. Nancy Mitford, The Sun King. I remember that being enjoyable. But yeah, so that's 1966. And what's the other question? Oh, well, yeah, I wouldn't say any of those are my favorite books of all time, but of 1966, those are the ones that sort of come up. And I'm sure there's other books that I've probably read, but I can't think of it, or I can't think of them, nor can I find them. Question 2: have you read any books published in the year you turned 18? If so, what's your favorite and why? Now, I would have turned 18 in 1984. Yeah, that's right. 1984. Let's look at the list of books in 1984. Oh, no, that's not books. Okay, 1984. Have to go through because they're probably David Brin, The Practice Effect. Yeah, it was okay. Let's see here. I know there's another one or two on here that I've read. Oh yes, I'm sure Frank Herbert's Heretics of Dune will definitely be. I think that's 1984 on the list here. Yeah, Heretics of Dune. that would be my favorite of the year, for sure. Um, I think there's a few others here that I've read. I just can't sort of see them now. But yeah, Heretics of Dune definitely is my favorite. Yeah, I think that's probably it. I haven't read most of what's on here. Let's see. Question 3. Of the last 10 books you read, how many were published before you were born? All, I think. No, actually, no, not. Okay, I read the two autobiographies of Isaac Asimov that were written in 1979, 1980. Um, there might have been a couple other things, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. I generally read. Yeah, I think I can't think of anything else off the top of my head, and I do prefer stuff. Um, Mostly generally, not always, but a lot of older stuff before I was born. Either British fiction, detective fiction, crime fiction, mysteries, or whatever you want to call it. Uh, Science fiction, most of that before, and literature uh, prior to when I was born. Let me see. What is your favorite movie from your birth year and why? Okay, now I had to look that up again, and the favorite film for that year, and there's a couple runners up, but let me get to it here. Yeah, the Sand Pebbles. That was directed by Robert Wise with Steve McQueen, Dickie Attenborough, Richard Crenna, Bergman, and also who was really good was Mako uh, Iwamatsu. I'm probably mispronouncing his name, but he was very good in it as well. It's just a well-made film. It's a war film, um, and but it's a little different. Um, and it's got good characters, and it's a bit slower than most, which really works for it because it allows you to get into character with it, and it's set in the 20s, 1926 here it says, to be precise, and the ship is on patrol, and it's going up a river, the Yangtze River Patrol gunboat. It's the USS Pablo, and it's nicknamed San Pebble. And it's a good film. I'd actually like to read the book too. So there's just a future sort of book to film that I would do. Other ones of the year that are sort of runners up is uh, Born Free, which I actually like that. It starred Virginia McKenna, Bill Travers as Joy, and George Adamson. It was based on a true story, sort of raising orphaned lion cubs, and I enjoyed that. Um, and I'd like to watch it again. That could be a book to film as well because I think I've got the film now, and I just need to get the book again. So, and then another one is that I thought was an okay film. It was pretty good because I like the actor in it, or actors. It's The Rare Breed, and it's with James Stewart, Maureen O'Hara, Brian Keith, and it's just about raising cattle and Hereford breed of cattle, bringing in the stock into the United States, and it's sort of loosely based on a true story. And I remember enjoying it, but it's a long time since I've seen it. Let's see. Next question, I think, is the last one. Is what is your favorite movie from the year you turned 18? So again, that would be 1984, and film. Again, they're slim pickings. Let's look at it that way. But I suppose that the film that stands out for me for that year would be Greystoke, The Legend of Tarzan, and with Christopher Lambert, Andy McDowell, and Ralph Richardson. Um, it was his final role, and he did excellent in it. But yeah, I think it's probably the best adaptation of the Tarzan novel by Edgar Rice Burroughs, and I enjoyed that. I'm just trying to see what else there was that year. I've seen a lot. I've seen quite a few, but I didn't think too highly of a lot of it. Um, let's just sort of quickly scroll down through here. 2010, which I thought was pretty good. Let's see, Amadeus. And again, I don't think these are all the films that were released. It's just a selection of stuff. But Beverly Hills Cop, well, it was enjoyable at the time, but I wouldn't say it's a favorite film. Blood Simple, uh, Bolero, The Bounty, with Mel Gibson and Anthony Hopkins. I enjoyed that because it got me sort of reading a little bit about the Bounty and so forth, and Pitcairn Island, and that type of thing. So it got me interested in reading other things, which was good. Um, and let's see what else here. Just still scrolling through. There's the awful Dune that came out, but I had seen it, but I sort of wish I didn't. Um, well, I actually have seen it twice because I had to watch it later just to make sure I was correct in thinking how bad it was. And yes, it was bad. Um, but yeah, there's a number of other films here that I've seen, but not really great. That's for sure. Um, so yeah, so that is. I think that's all. Yeah, what is your favorite movie and why? Yeah, Greystoke, because I always liked the Tarzan books, and I liked Tarzan films, and I thought that was the best film adaptation, so that's why. And for 1966, it would have been Sand Pebbles, which I thought was a fabulous film. So yeah, so there ends the birth year tag with a twist. And I there's still one other one that I'm thinking of doing, so I might, unless something else comes up, I might do it next week. But anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. Take care, BookTube.